I like to say that still the ceasefire is fragile, the situation is fragile, and all the efforts have to be made to make it solid, to make it durable, to make it sustainable. I would like to say also that it is very important that Gaza is open. That means that the crossings are open, and the help that the international community is willing to give, it can arrive to those in need. First, the humanitarian basic elements. And further down, the reconstruction will be also important. This is an appeal that is made to everybody. The European Union, as you know, is committed to help. Committed to help politically, to maintain with all our means the ceasefire, is committed to do it economically, and is committed to do it in the future for what should be two important dynamics. One, intra-Palestinian dynamics, and second, a real peace process that has not to be forgotten. The situation will not be stable, finally stable, until the final solution is achieved. And all the efforts have to be placed in that direction. From our point, from the point of the European Union, we will not spare any effort, and you know that very well. And I hope that the rest will do the same.
What will be your relationship with Hamas? And is it true that the EU will not be ready to provide reconstruction aid until Hamas is governing alone in the Gaza Strip?
We are ready to do humanitarian aid in any circumstances. We have done it already, and you know it very well. We have not spared humanitarian aid ever. Second, we hope very much there will be an inter-Palestinian situation that will facilitate more the process of help and reconstruction, which is very important. Economic help, humanitarian help, and then reconstruction. And we hope very much that it will be possible that inter-Palestinian movement into unity, because it will be very important to the peace process. That is what I want to say at this time.
Mr. Solana, there was a full-fledged Arab summit in Kuwait yesterday finished, and they called, for the humanitarian aid to Gaza. Don't you think there should be more coordination and cooperation between the EU and the Arab world for this purpose?
I think that the cooperation between the Arab countries and the European Union is difficult to imagine that it's going to be deeper. Now it's very, very deep. It is true that the Arab League had problems inside or divisions inside. But I think after the meeting you have mentioned, the meeting in Kuwait, some common positions have come out. I'm happy to see that pledges for money to help the Palestinians have come out also out of Kuwait. I hope very much there will not be only statements. There will be realities. When we pledge, we do it. When other pledge, sometimes is not done.
Anna. Mr. Solana, two questions, if I may, please. What will the European Union offer today to Tzipi Livni, and what will they ask of Israel? And my second question, if I may, is it seems until now the negotiations were more we offer security in exchange of Israel opening the passing points. It seems that Israel now wants to bring the case of Shalit back on the menu as a condition to reopening this. How's the latest?
Let me say that our position has been clear from the very beginning. I was there, President Sarkozy was there for the very beginning, very early, to ask for what is in our mind the most important thing to us, the ceasefire, in order to begin deploying the humanitarian aid. Now we have the ceasefire, we hope that it will be maintained, and the humanitarian aid will be deployed. But for that, Gaza has to be open, and that's what I'm asking, and I will say now, and I will be asking also to the Mrs. Tzipi Livni. I had a long conversation with her just on the phone, and I hope that the meeting today will be constructive and positive. Now, the question of the Corporal Shalit has been always on the agenda of everybody, and you know that very well.
Yeah. Mr. Solana. Yeah, on the issue of remanning Rafah and possibly other border crossings, Can we expect an early decision on that, or is the time not right for that?
Now, the decision on our part is taken already. We have said we are ready to return to Rafah and even to extend, if that is agreed by the parties and asked to us to do it. On that is no reservation by the European Union. We are willing to do whatever is necessary on that direction, with monitors in Rafah and other places. Rafah is probably the most important one, and the sooner it's done, the better. For that, the ceasefire has to be maintained, and the withdrawal of the Israelis, which has taken place at least at the morning of today. That is my information. I don't have the information of this moment, but early this morning, that has to be the case. So we have to really get to work, probably with Egypt, to see how fast this can be done. This opening of Gaza is a must.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are the prospects at this stage of summit with Israel? Is the way clear now for that? Now that we have a ceasefire?
Well, I don't think there is a moment to have summits of anything. It's the moment to work. Summits which are not really to implement things, to decide on those things. As you know, in Israel, it's an electoral campaign, and election will take place in a few days, in a few weeks. And therefore, I think to consider those issues, we better wait until the electoral process is over.
Mr. Solana, if you could specify 2 points. I mean, is the EU going to offer to deploy monitors not only in Rafah but also at other crossing points, with Israel directly? That's one question. And the other question is, regarding the call for a national unity government. Would the EU support that? And would the EU be talking to all of its members, including Hamas members?
Now, the first thing, the answer, and I've said it a minute ago. We are offering whatever is necessary if there's agreement between the parties. On Rafah, I hope there will be agreement because we have done it already, following the agreements of 2005. Remember, the Access and Movements Agreement of 2005, the only thing that was really done all the way to the end was the presence of the observers from the monitor of the European Union. Other parts of the agreement never were complied. So therefore, I think what we say is credible. It has been done already, and it will be done again if necessary. Now, the second thing is for the Palestinians to come to an agreement. It's not for us to do it. It is an agreement within the Palestinians. We will cooperate with the Palestinian government.